Yeah, hello to you. This happened around an hour and a half ago. There was an air raid siren and reports of jets flying overhead, and then reports of 3 loud explosions, followed by this large fire, which you can probably make out behind me. This huge black plume of smoke, which is filling the air in this area of Lviv. Now, we went down to the area as close as you could get to the fire. There were police, emergency services, soldiers moving everyone away. We saw a number of people arrested for taking pictures and for reasons we don't yet know. But certainly that is the scene here in Lviv at the moment, following the sound of 3 loud explosions this afternoon. Now, we have had it confirmed from Lviv's governor that 2 missiles hit the city. The mayor has called it an attack on the city, and preliminary reports suggest that 5 people have been injured. Now, there's also concern that there could be a secondary attack, so the advice remains to stay indoors for all those residents and civilians, but that hasn't stopped so many people in that area down there. There are a number of apartment blocks around in the vicinity of the fire, and lots of people out having a look at what's happening, many very emotional, some people quite angry, and there are high emotions, certainly. And let me just show you over here to the right frame. You may be able to make out there's a communications tower, and early reports suggest that that was perhaps the target. And instead, the strike was what it actually hit was an oil depot, as we understand at the moment. The fire is very large. We can see flames from here, as well as obviously that huge cloud of smoke. And the concern is that there have been high winds this afternoon, so of course they are concerned that that could spread. There are a couple of petrol stations next to the fire, as well as, of course, all those residential buildings as well. This is the 3rd strike in this area of the country this month. There was one on the 18th of March at an aircraft repair facility next to the airport, around 5 miles from outside Lviv city centre. And then another airstrike on a military training base where Western volunteers were being trained beyond Lviv, much closer towards the Polish border, only around 15 miles from the Polish border. And certainly there's some commentary here today to suggest that this is no coincidence, that this strike on Lviv, which has been very much a safe haven for so many Ukrainians fleeing fighting in the last 4 weeks of war, that this is a message to President Biden, of course, who is in Warsaw, just over the border in Poland, meeting his counterpart today. And of course, he met members of the US military who are based over in Poland yesterday. He's also been meeting refugees. Some say this is no coincidence that this attack on Lviv has taken place today while Joe Biden, the President of the United States, is in the region. But certainly for all those thousands and thousands of Ukrainians and families who've fled to Lviv for safety, this will be very, very unsettling news indeed.